We didn't fall asleep. We made it. Hi.
Yeah, no, let's get down. I thought we were at a club with that countdown music.
Oh, I know it's rockin' music, isn't it? So hi, I'm here again. How are you guys? Oh, perfect. That's really waking me up. Thanks, John. Yeah.
That's good. Very good. Just demonstrating our fart.
Yes.
Yes, we are the perfect farts in this community. We are the fartiest.
We're the fartiest farters there.
You know, I don't think there's anyone in this comic community that farts as much as we do.
I doubt it.
So. I doubt it. I don't think so.
Well, it's hard to know because they don't come near us. So
yeah, that's true.
They don't come near me, and no one. You know, I am the fartist feature. So.
Very good.
Yes. So I'm here with Joe and Rick from Blind Alley Comics. Hello. Hi. Hello. How are you guys?
Rick.
Hi.
He's Rick. Does that make me Joe? Am I Joe?
Yes, you're Joe.
Yeah. I'm Joe. I'm Joe. Hi.
Hi, I'm Joe Haines. I am the president of Blind Alley Comics and producer, and we'll talk about. Oh, no, he's the producer. I'm the mover and shaker and the guns. The lead guitar.
He's the dollars, guys.
Rhythm. We both create the comics. Our new one, Mustard Brothers, is almost a 50-50 collaboration. Mm-hmm. We've been doing this for 14 years, and we're getting all these beautiful breaks all of a sudden, and including, well, you know, this one. It's the very first time we've ever done anything like this.
Right.
And so far, we hate it.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm doing my job.
We'll keep trucking somehow. Let's do it together.
All right. Sounds great. Let's say hi to the chat real quick because you're gonna get really annoyed by these people really quick. We got Figure Drawing. What's up, Figure? We got Crucis. What's up? We got the Wonger. What's up, Wonger?
Hey.
The fartiest guy from the UK. What's up, Glenn? Hi, Miss So. Hi.
Oh, hey.
What's up? Papa Boost. What's up, Papa Boost? Hello. Nice avatar you got there. Hello. Hi.
Oh, hey.
Hello. Hey, Joe. What's up, Joe?
You made it. What's up?
Facts, bros. Yeah. Oh, hey, Comics and Tortillas. What's up? Hey, Hey, Dave. Hey.
Comics.
Also a local guy. If you don't know Dave, check Dave out. He was also at Kätze.
Noises. You might hear a thing or two about the funny books.
Yes. So you might have ran into him at Cap City. This is Dave Brown Jr. Bam.
I'm sorry.
Probably. Yeah.
Sorry, Rick's so damn loud I couldn't hear you.
So Dave the Supreme. He was one of my past guests, and he is also local, and he was at Cap City. So you might have ran into him. Yes, you might have ran into him.
It's possible.
Possibly. He will also be a future guest on Between the Lines. So Monday he'll be on Between the Lines. Hey Nam, what's up? That's a local drawing show that we have.
Comics. Let's get
Kelly. Hi. Am I missing people? Hi, Ken. What's up?
Farty party.
Farty party. No, hey.
Hello, Kenneth.
Yes. How? Choo choo hype train. All right. Let's go. That's a
hype train. What?
Yeah.
That's not something about a hype train.
Yeah. All right. I'll calm down for a second. Go for a whole second because I'm so tired and I'm chugging energy drink. So now I don't know about you guys, but my thing, it keeps doing this and then it stops. And it's been doing this for about a week now for like the people in the chat in the comment section. So it's kind of stopped now. So I'll let it catch up and then whatever. So let's talk about your comics for a minute because we got this lovely boy right here, which is the Mustard Bros, which is absolutely amazing. So this is actually why when I was passing by your table with Phil, I was like, holy shit, what is this?
I've seen this somewhere.
You have seen this somewhere. Because you want to know why I stopped by? Because two of our guys in the community have a dumb song together to the theme song of the Ghostbusters called Toast Mustard.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. No, it's a parody song, and it's dumb as shit. That's why I had to buy it for them. So,
that's great.
So that's why I bought it, and that's why I stopped to talk to you guys. I was like, "This is amazing." And then when I stopped to talk to you guys even more, I was like, "You guys are my kind of people, and I kind of need to have you on my show." So that's how we met.
I just had 8 thoughts kind of come in and go out.
It happens. Yeah.
But no, that's cool. That's awesome. I was curious because that was unusual for us. We've done a lot of conventions. That was our first convention in years. And all of a sudden,
really? Nice.
Yeah, that was our first one since the pandemic.
Okay.
And we'd been toiling in obscurity all that time, and all of a sudden, you well, I can't give you all the credit, but you were the
blaze of lights.
You led the parade, but the parade was set into motion by our friends that just surfaced out of the blue from way back. Two guys that never met each other. They've been my friends for 20 years. Finally met each other and went to this convention and were helping us out and stuff. The one guy's from Alaska, and I was able to surprise Rick. Like, hey, guess who's here?
Long drive.
Everybody from Joe's Pass just kind of came traipsing on through. They're like, hey, like I did a comic about driving a taxi. Like I told you I was a taxi driver. My boss from the taxi company bought it. And I wrote, I didn't do any of that shit to your cars. But anyway, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, Mustard Brothers.
You can talk about whatever you want. We can get back to that.
We're trying to get this thing going, and we're wondering how to attract readers and eyeballs and what lured you our way.
You gotta attract the balls. You gotta attract the balls. That's the most important part. Yeah. Gotta attract the balls.
Oh, thanks. Gross mustard. It is. Oh, gross mustard.
I get it.
Gross mustard. Yeah.
Like a Weird Al type of thing. Sort of.
So Freaking Loowee does a parody song, Him and Drac, which is actual Dracula, and they do a lot of parody songs for whatever reason, and because it's fun. But they have a song to the Ghostbusters theme song called Toast Mustard.
Oh, all right. So it's not gross mustard. But
no, well, it is gross when you're watching it, but it's called Toast Mustard. I don't know how they came up with that, why they come up with that. I don't know, but it is. You'll love it. I'll send it to you. It's amazing. Yeah, it's quite amazing. So when I saw this, I was like, this is magical. It has to happen because when that
serendipity is your answer.
Yeah.
Well, we noticed what we didn't even plan. You wouldn't believe how we threw that thing together, but it's colored like a candy bar wrapper, so it looks kind of yummy. And then you open it, and it's like your childhood reading the Sunday funnies.
Yes, it is a lot like that. Yes,
instant joy.
Where like you would have like the little title here, then like the little strips. Yeah, it's a lot like the funnies. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Very much so. Yeah, rekindling the old formats and things. We're both we like comic strips. We're students of classic comic strips and things. And if that didn't come through at all, but then you read about what bastards these guys are, and it's a little subversive. We try to put keep it interesting
under the wire.
Most of these guys in chat pretty much are on the same wavelength, so
yeah.
Yeah.
What I need to let Rick talk more. I'm
You can, Rick, would you like to say something?
He didn't even introduce himself.
Oh, you know what? Rick, would you like to introduce yourself? Hi there.
Yes, hello. I'm Rick. And I'm an artist. I met this guy. I'm not supposed to tell this story, but no. I did though. I met this guy at LCC actually because I was taking the comic book class that he took before, and he made like a group of people doing an anthology, and it kind of fell apart, and we were the only two with like the ambition, I guess.
We enjoyed 4 issues as a group, and it was a success. And Richard joined us for the 4th edition of this, but it was cool. It was the first time I threw a comic together and a group together, and I achieved my goal of just getting them on the shelves with my comic class. That was awesome. Yeah. And the teacher wanted us to come back because she was so cool. She stepped in. Like, I showed up for the first day of class. Can I tell a story? Showed up for the first day of class. I'm all ready to go. I know this guy that I went to high school with, and that his sister ran the comic book thing program, the sequential art program at Lansing Community College. And I was, taking this and that class and trying to get into this class. I finally get into this class, show up the first day. This friend's sister who I never met just said, fuck it, I'm out, and dropped it and walked and started her own business. And I was like, okay. And this some guy made a joke about it, and I remember telling him I'm trying to start my career, and I walked out and then found out that class was still scheduled the second week, and I went in and I met Susan. She's from California, and the first words out of her mouth were, "I don't know anything about comics. If you're willing to drop this class, you know, by all means, I understand." This just fell into her lap. She teaches color theory.
Oh, shit.
And so I'm like, well, I don't know. Might as well just hang it. You know, it's my $200 or whatever. LCC was pretty cheap at the time. These are $2006.
Yes.
Oh, it went a long way.
She did so good. She got into comics, and she was as big a nerd as any of us by the end of it. It was so cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm hoping she's out there. We really kind of owe it all to her. She was a great, you know, had all this understanding of like art. Comics isn't just, you know, there's a lot going into comics that make them great and make them stand apart. And she saw that and was able to kind of bring that out of people. She was just a wonderful.
That's really fun that you guys the teacher and the class got to explore comics together. That's awesome. I like that. Because when I was in high school, my teacher was like, "Oh, comics and anime, it's cartoons, and that has nothing to do with in my art class. You have to get that crap out of here. Ew, get that out of here." I'm like, bull crap, lady.
Public schools for you. I got in trouble for doing my comics in art class.
Yes. When I was in high school, because I'm pretty much sure I'm around your age.
Oh yeah.
They would be like, "Anime, get that out of here. That's cartoons. That's kiddie crap. You're not allowed to have that. It's not like the Picasso or the Masters. It doesn't belong in my class." But then she wouldn't teach you how to do any art things.
Oh my god.
At all. And then I was like, "Oh, whatever. I'm doing whatever I want anyway."
You know what's sad is what a crapshoot it is to get an instructor in education. It's kind of the same with doctors and with psychologists and stuff. It's like either way, you know. But I think overall, teachers should make about as much as doctors and dentists because they do.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, except Ms. Fuller. She don't get nothing.
Yeah, Miss Fuller was up there also. She could get a paid deduction. She literally taught every single class, no matter what semester it was, no matter what grade level you were, whatever. The same thing. It was the same legit. You weren't getting a different education anywhere. It was awful. It was
my gosh. Where'd you go to school?
Down here.
I figured I went around here. Rick didn't. He went to Howell.
Yeah, Howell High School. Howell.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I got in trouble for correcting my art teacher. Nice.
I could see that happening for you, CJ. Yeah.
Something for your belt right there.
That's right. Wear with pride, my friend.
As long as you were right.
Oh, nice. That's awesome, Joe.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, neat.
Very cool. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, she would get mad at me because the other kids in class would come to me to ask me how to do art because she would be like, "You have to do a portrait, but it had to be a circle. Then you had to do the line through it." Like she would be so like everyone's art would look like aliens because she wouldn't let you have creative freedom to do a portrait. She was like, you couldn't put freckles on it. You couldn't it had to be like a blank slate. Yeah, it was very
they're trying to train graphic designers and not artists. They're trying to train people to just follow instructions and not.
Yeah,
I have good news. Do you want to hear the good news?
Please, yes.
It's another story. So I went to I call her my niece. She's my girlfriend's niece, but she asked if I could be uncle. And you know, she goes to the same public school system I did, and she's currently in middle school, which is quite the age for me for a lot of reasons. Yeah, and that was where I was when I got in trouble for working on the comics. And I'm sorry. I had not read those like ADD a little bit.
That's okay. It's all the vodka. It's fine.
I went back to my middle school and I saw what those kids were doing like now, and it's great. And they're being really encouraged to really just go out on a limb and try stuff. And they had the art class itself, because they had all this art in the walls on the hall and stuff. The art class itself was it would have been my freaking wet dream when I was 14. When I was that age. It was like a black light, you know. And I'm like, what is this crazy? And they had black light posters cool. And this one kid, he did me so proud. He drew the lamprey, one of the eels, like a neon. See if I can pull it up. But Rick needs to talk more. I could feel it.
That's fine because guess what? I have a anglerfish ducks to make that actually lights up. So yes.
Oh, nice.
It would also look amazing in your black light world next to the eel. So
very cool. I like it.
Yes.
Oh my God! I was able to pull it. It's a miracle.
Oh, there it is, right there.
All right, show us your eel. Oh, wait. Hold on, make that big. Let me make it big so that we can see because we're not gonna be able to see shit. There we go. Okay, now we can see. Kind of. Oh yeah, that's cool looking. Oh, is that the actual black light one?
Yeah.
Oh, that one looked awesome.
Hey.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's gonna. Yeah. Very proud of these kids.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It was middle school. I did my
cow.
first 300-page graphic novel, and I sold it, and they bought it for $100. And I took the $100, and I went to a comic store near Chicago on a family vacation. I spent the $100 on comic books, and I bought Watchmen and a bunch of stuff that I look at now, and I'm like, I was a really discerning 13-year-old.
We probably bought the same books. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, a lot of people in this chat are fans of the Watchmen, and
but that age group, that's where it all changes, you know. And I got thinking, like, yeah, that's where I got into a lot of stuff. I mean, you get hearing funny places and start thinking about stupid crap like the opposite gender, but I'm sorry, my point of my damn story, and the good news is these kids are doing art, but like ever since middle school, I was just like traumatized. I wanted to blot it out and didn't think anything good came of it. And then to visit there after all those years, and just kind of like all these things came back to me, like, oh, I was there when that they shoved my face in the toilet and I came up with the idea for that chase scene, and so it wasn't all bad.
Yeah, high school is a bitch. School kind of sucks. Just say it. For everybody. You gotta wake up early. There's bitchy people. You gotta wake up early. There's bitchy people. You gotta do homework. Yeah, no, it all kind of sucks.
Sounds like work.
You're gonna walk or fade. Yeah.
All don't get paid.
You don't get paid. No, that was also true.
The long paycheck. Well, so you go through this system for like 12 years, you graduate, and to get anywhere, you still need to go through another system and another system.
Right.
So like 12 years of instruction, and I'm an unemployable moron. Quoting somebody here, but I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and it might come up in our discussion, just that there's all these outmoded systems in place that are really coming apart now, and we're in a very weird transformative time, and I think it's a number of factors. Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, you don't think so.
Turn down. It's okay. It's time for new stuff.
Yes,
a new day will dawn.
New beginning, indeed.
Just in time for the world to burn, because we didn't take care of it.
Yeah, someone's gonna buy your books before that happens first.
That's right. Yeah.
So this is your
getting back to our amazing comic called Mustard Brothers, season 1, by the way.
Season 1. Yeah. So this is your newest comic, right?
Correct.
Because you guys have been in business for like 14 years. You guys said.
Yep.
So what was the first comic that you guys did? Was it this? You guys, what is this?
Human Cannonball 1 was probably the first one we put out.
Okay.
Yeah. His first. No, Joe's first is Bone Boy number 1. Did we bring any comics?
Bone Boy. I do have that though.
I had a poster. Oh yeah, did you get other comics? Oh, that's okay. That is our Halloween freebie. That is actually Bone Boy issue 2.5, which sequentially goes between issue 2 and issue 3. Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
And
look, there you go. There's some wormy tentacle bit action happening.
Yeah. We like our.
Gotta have that. Gotta have some eyeballs too. I'm a huge fan of eyeballs.
Oh yeah, you came to the right place. We like our. As everybody's doing tentacles anymore. Like
tentacles are huge.
They're fun. They're so fun to draw. They look so sentient, and like they know what they're doing, and they're like, look how rad that is, isn't it?
Super. Yeah, no, I love like ray guns and like weird stuff. So I'm for that.
Yes. Yep. Like 50s Buck Rogers meets like obviously Tim Burton or something like that.
Very what that feels like. So let me.
Rick did a couple of kind of one-offs. One was called Aeolus. It was like a space comic.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
You tell that story. Well, I had 8 gallons of water today and at least 2 pints of coffee, so I'm gonna be running back and forth. But
I'll let the
story of Aeolus.
Oh yes, Aeolus. Man, so talk about your sophomore.
Just early days, right?
Early days. Okay, let's do early days. Yeah. I'll do comics. I won't even really remember what I did, and then people are like, "Oh, I love that thing," and I'm kind of like, "Oh yeah, sure, why not?" Because I'm looking toward the next thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, early days. I mean, we were just starting out. Joe really started out kind of imbued in comics, Marvel, DC. Everything like that. Like me growing up, I didn't read comics, which is kind of weird. I was more like the literature guy. And then basically one day in 9th grade, somebody was like, "Oh man, you should do a comic." I was like, "Yeah, I'll do that." And then 120 pages later, I realized I have no idea what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So that was my introduction. And then just kind of kept doing it, and then met up with Joe and the Comics Obscura guys, and really started getting into it, the art form and everything like that. But yeah, in terms of the nerddom, the Marvel, DC comics universes, I have no idea. They'll be like, "Oh, you 136 of Incredible Deadpool and all this other kind of stuff." I'm like, yeah, I remember that. And I'm
dude, 134 just came out last month. They're not on 136 yet.
He's ahead of his time.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Yes.
Was he talking? Well, I'm here to shut him down, but
yeah,
just
out of the frame.
Oh, come here.
No.
I think I wanted to say something in anticipation for this, and that is that I'm not here to step on toes. You like what you like. I have my opinions, and you're not going to agree with all of them. And they're all my knowledge is anecdotal, so I'm not. I know I don't know what the hell I'm talking about ever. So I just want to say, like what you like. We're not huge superhero fans, but we don't trash them. I used to go to the movies. I haven't been to movies in 5 years. We're not anti-superhero. We're just independent. One day along the way, I think individually we realized on some level that we were not only were we not going to be the next Jack Kirby or the next what's that guy that does the city with the sins in it? Frank Miller, next Frank Miller. Yeah. Not only that, but we probably weren't going to be quite as good as the 8,000 other guys trying to be the next Jack Kirby or the next Frank Miller, and we wanted to do our own thing because we're weird.
Yeah.
The weirdos are where it's at, dude.
Heck yeah.
So that's all. One day, Rick, we were at a con in the early days. I also have a crazy memory, so that's cool. Sometimes, not always. Anyway, I'm sorry.
You don't have to be sorry. Go for it.
Oh yeah. No, it's time for my nap. Time for my nap. I'll be. No, Rick.
I could. It's a community nap time. That would be great right now.
Hey, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
And probably also the only way that any of us get any sleep is just schedule nap time.
Well, that's when the enemies would bomb us though. Like they know when our nap time is.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's also true.
We need somebody to stay watch.
True.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, so we were at a Motor City convention, and it was it was slow. We sold a couple of books and stuff.
Okay.
And people would ask us to draw stuff. We're kind of like, sorry, table you want's down that way. And Rick turned to me and said, I actually don't want to do that. I don't want to draw superheroes for money at conventions. I know it's money and stuff. And he's just like, I just want to do my own thing, and I want people to appreciate that for what it is. And essentially, right. I'm putting these beautiful words in his mouth. But he said that, and I'm thinking like, oh, you poor bastard! You just made partner for life.
So speaking of conventions, there was Phil, who was also there with me when I met you guys. Right.
Oh, hey Phil.
Oh, hey Phil.
Yes, hi Phil.
Was there someone named Mike there as well?
Mike? No. Could have been. No.
I'm sorry. I met so many people lately.
That would have been Phil. Phil was with me.
Hey Phil.
Hey Wild.
Did Phil get a book?
He did get a book. Yes.
So what? Do you have any questions about our comic? I can answer that.
Yes. So my brain is fried right now. So I'll get into that when I get to your website and show all that. So
sure.
I have a question.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Go ahead.
You're fine. So if someone were to go to you right now and be like, hey, I want you to draw so and so, what character you'd be like, get the fuck out of here? I'm not drawing that. What character is you're drawing the limit on? You're saying no, get out of here.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah. All of them.
I didn't.
Sorry.
Someone
so like one that like really burned your
right.
You just can't stand. You're just like, no, I am not ever gonna even attempt to draw that. I don't even want to think about looking at that character.
Anything Spawn or
shit.
I wouldn't draw.
You would draw.
No, she's asking what we would not want to draw, and I'm just thinking technical terms here.
Anything. Yeah.
No, we don't draw other characters.
Right.
Rick can. He can do a great job.
If I may answer.
You probably should, yeah.
So, what character wouldn't I draw? See, I had to answer, but then I don't have an answer for it.
You didn't prepare, Mr. Eagle Scout.
I know. So Steve Ditko, good man. But he had this character named Mr. A, and I don't know if anybody's ever heard of this guy, because he did independent stuff after working with Marvel. But this Mr. A was basically like his whole shtick was everything is black and white. Like I'm literally like that's what it was. There is a right and a wrong, and this character is actually like the inspiration for Rorschach from Watchmen. Because he's like everything is right and wrong, black and white. There is no gray area. And the character, I just find him abhorrent. And if somebody, I don't think anybody would ever like ask me to draw that. But even if they did, I'd be like, no. Hey, but I'll pay you $100. And I'd be like, yeah. But I mean, because I kind of look at it, not so much as like personal, like, oh, this irritates me, but more like kind of, I guess, from an ideological basis, for lack of a better word. I mean, so yeah, that would be my character. I would not.
Yes.
I see the comic journey question.
Yes.
You want me
to answer that, or
you start? No.
Either. Okay.
So I'll start by saying no. So that's a short answer. It's okay. But short answer, no. And the reason is basically want to be independent. I don't want to be a cog in a wheel. Even if you get famous, et cetera, and so on. Obviously, all my opinions, of course, but you're still very much under the control of a corporation that is like, they're gonna basically what they do is they tell you, oh yeah, you're so great, go ahead and just do your thing, do whatever you want, and you're like, yeah, great, and then you do your pages, and then all of a sudden they come back and they look at them, and they're like, like what you did here, love it. But all of these panels you have on here, we're going to need to change those. And then it just devolves from there.
Yeah.
And obviously,
we're not beholden to any corporate entity.
Exactly.
Hey, if I may, we've talked all along about wanting to, maybe submitting to people. We're really curious about how much we can do by ourselves. And it's funny you should ask that today, because as of like this past month, we're the least likely to ever work for the majors as we go. See it fast forward, we're about to be one of the majors in like 5 years or so.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, well, and the thing is, like, and kind of the reason I am this way, I think, is I fear rejection, and I didn't want to. I submitted some stuff to like slave labor when I was about 20. I got a note back saying they liked everything but the story and the art.
They like the pages.
That was the checklist. But then there was a note that said this shows a lot of promise, but could use some polishing. And I was like, oh, thanks. Somebody took a minute, and that might have been like their, but it was handwritten.
That's nice.
We just want to see what is possible by ourselves. And until up to July, we thought nothing was possible. Now we're beginning to see how.
Yes. You could also say yes to this question and then kind of weasel your way in the bottom and kind of, make it implode from the inside by like just fucking up their company, so that way they don't know that you're doing that. So that way your company at the end reigns supreme.
Yes. I like it.
Like
internal agents.
Like
saboteurs.
Like a cuckoo. Operation Wasp strike.
Yes.
I like it.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Oh, you could each take on one company so that they both fall.
Yeah.
And we like total creative control. We don't collaborate well with even each other.
No.
And look how great we
do. So you don't know how they're going to take each other's places down, but they're going to go down.
I don't want to draw somebody else's like a friend of mine said, we knew this guy that went to college, art school, and now draws for The Simpsons. He's like, so he made it, man. I'm just like,
did you?
Yeah. But like I said before, it'd be a funny world if we was all the same, and just because I feel that way doesn't mean anything really, except I like drawing my own stuff.
Okay, what is your favorite film?
Oh, thank you so much.
You go first.
Movies
I gotta think
now.
about this one.
I told you, you're gonna get a mix of stuff.
You guys ready?
Yes.
Finnegan Jones and the Last Crusade.
Okay.
Yep.
Good movie.
Sentimental reasons. It's not the finest film ever made. I would say probably The Third Man, the Orson Welles, Joseph Cotton noir thriller, right up there. But there's a bunch, And Last Crusade has been somewhat replaced, especially once I saw North by Northwest and realized Last Crusade is a remake of North by Northwest. And if you don't believe me, watch them back to back. But
no kidding.
Kiss my birthday ass, Phil. Rick, Rick likes The Graduate, don't you, Rick?
The Graduate?
Yeah.
Yes, I do enjoy The Graduate. However, I do believe my favorite film of all time is Faust. W.F. Murnau. FW? I can't remember. Murnau, silent era, one of those long ass movies and no dialogue whatsoever, but it's like cue cards and stuff. But however,
fantastic film in an era.
Yes. I think Faust was what? Oh, sorry. Faust was probably his. I like that one even more than his other films. I liked it more than Cabinet of
Dr. Caligari. No, he didn't do that one.
He didn't do that one?
Murnau did Nosferatu.
Oh, that was also a good one. But yeah, Faust was like this
big love for Universal and classic horror.
Yeah. Gotta get the hands.
Yes.
I gotta go find some art because I just thought of some pictures we did.
Perfect. If you go do that, I'll highlight more the chat.
Brand new base of operations, so we're just getting settled in. So
perfect. Awesome. Nice.
Thank you for all the questions so far, by the way.
Oh, you're welcome. There's gonna be way more. CJ wants to know: do you consider age a major? Age a major.
I'm 45, and I'm finally breaking through.
Yeah,
I never thought it was good.
No, we're all. I'd say half the chat is in our 40s, so we're all figuring this out.
Well, good. Okay. Assuming I understood the question.
Wait a minute. Somebody said major publisher, right? Were they talking about age?
Old age.
Was that a?
Let's move on. Maybe they could clarify.
Yeah,
we can come back later to it. We figured out and come back later to it.
Okay, that's fine.
Maybe might have come back into a conspiracy. We don't know. Maybe we'll get into that sometime.
Can I ask you a yes or no question about Mustard Brothers?
Yeah. Yes.
Did you see the ending coming? I just spoiled it, but
honestly, I don't remember most of anything I read a week ago because of my issues. So I will read it again and get back to you.
Rick did, and I actually conned Rick. At some point, we need to talk about our process here because you can learn from our mistakes. Everything.
Okay. Nice.
There's a lot to learn tonight.
That's true. Comic journey, I like that. Bullshit money talks. If you got a great paying gig and a major character, be all over it. And then complain about the experience after. Hey, you know what? honestly. I've never
whatever mows your lawn.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah, until you get to work for a major publisher, then you don't know. And like, I never did. I don't know. I just have kind of like the kind of DIY ethos, I guess, is really what drives me. So
yeah, a lot of things are changing. I really like what Image has been doing the last like 5 or 10 years or so. Like if anywhere, that's kind of one place we thought about submitting our comics and having control and getting it, because that's another thing, is distribution and stuff. Yeah, things are changing. Like again, everything is totally different, and we're just all finding our way after a long whatever.
Right. Yeah. No. Totally.
I meant Image, not okay.
That was for the Spawn thing. Yeah.
Got it.
And also, like, I miss my disposable income. I haven't kept up on a lot of stuff. My roommate has been good enough to bring back stacks of comics from the library and go through a lot of PRD, a lot of Hellboy, a lot of indie stuff like Richard Sala, like Jim Woodring.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's got very good taste, and I don't have time to read any of them because I'm drawing Mustard Brothers. Or season 2, it's on our Facebook page twice a week, and we're like under the gun, and we're doing universe flipping stuff. Meanwhile,
yes,
but we're doing it.
Okay,
both
so
correct.
Yes, true. So like. Oh, we are so young.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like basically for the most part, I'll be doing the art, writing, story, penciling, soup to nuts on my series, and then Joe will be doing all that on his series. And the collaborations are pretty rare. But
yeah.
Well, I mean, we did one before. We did Kätze, which was awesome, but I don't consider it really like a true.
That's right. I was gonna look for that.
Yeah, because it wasn't really like a true collaboration in my mind, because like it was almost like one of us was working for like as the inker instead of the like I was doing the pencils and the writing, and then Joe did the inking. Yeah. So, but with Mustard Brothers, it's really a true collaboration.
Yeah,
which was why it was.
Yeah, we wanted to do it differently. Dijon Mustard is the superior. I like no. I'm more of a wasabi.
That's pretty good.
Wasabi, not well, I like any kind of mustard is fine.
Mustard's good. I like a good Bavarian sweet mustard. That's good to dip our pretzels in.
Enough with my aunt was like, "Where's the ketchup sisters?"
Ketchup sisters.
And I'm like, they're coming. Just keep reading it.
Hey.
Because I was like, ooh, ketchup.
That's his favorite aunt too.
Salsa, the salsa cousins, the Worcestershire twins.
I like it.
The Worcestershire twins, nice.
Rick, tell them about how you came up with Mustard Brothers.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
So I did a short comic, and originally the Mustard Brothers were like kind of doing like the big brother and the little brother, and the big brother is the muscle and the little brother is the brains, except they were switched. Like the little brother kept telling the big brother, "Hey, you're the brains of this operation, I'm the muscle," which was not true. And they were like metaphysical, like magical, I guess delivery boys, mercenaries or something. I don't know.
They were doing something weird in a sewer with a dragon and a wizard.
Yeah. It was a whole thing. There's a lot of weird things going on.
I wasn't crazy about it.
He wasn't crazy about it. But then it kind of evolved into, well, why don't we just take out the extra stuff, the fluff, the magic and stuff, and then make them con artists, because we kind of have that. We like the idea of like the old style con artists. Of like, I don't know, the 40s or something, like pickpockets and that sort of thing, is quite interesting. Kind of that underclass kind of happy-go-lucky ne'er-do-wells kind of thing. So yeah, I think individually their personalities, they kind of developed. I hate to say it, I think he's Jerry and I'm Derry, although I'm not really sure. I hope not, because Derry's kind of a dum-dum. But So, but yeah, I mean, it was definitely turned into the real development of their individual personalities came from us playing off of each other with the script. Like, how we did it was I would do like 3 pages of the story to start off, say, and then I pass it over to Joe, and he'd have to come up with the next 3 pages. Then we pass it. So it's kind of like an exquisite corpse kind of situation, where each artist is adding on to that. So I think that's where kind of bouncing off of each other is where their individual personalities came from. So, I mean, they're little stock characters. Like Jerry is the fast talking kind of a sociopath almost of like, he just tries to get what he wants, and he's always kind of ordering Derry around, while Derry's kind of like the conscience of the operation, but he doesn't do very well. He's always like, should we do this? Should we do that? Always put upon. So that's kind of what inspired him. I think it was mostly just me and Joe just bouncing ideas off of each other, and they kind of developed like that. That's how I tend to think of characters and story, as not as like, we're going to do this now, but more almost like a sculpture where you're sculpting them as they go along, and then you end up with they kind of organically have this kind of life, and that's kind of where I think Mustard Brothers came from, although I'm not sure. Joe, did you want to be part of the conversation?
Done with ketchup, Ella.
Yes.
We'll
destroy the ketchup hegemony.
Let's hear it for condiments.
Yes, condiments. Oh, it's Cryptic Scripter. It was Eric. Bring back Eric. Oh, is this the first? No, not Condiment Comics.
That was a question from them.
Where did the ideas of the Mustard Brothers come from, and what inspired their individual
I answered.
Personalities? No, you didn't. You said
I did. I answered it. Well, you go ahead with your.
I'm sorry. I was looking for something that's probably not here, so I guess I'll talk about my comics instead. Sorry, one sec.
It's fine.
So in 2020, we hadn't, or 20 or 21. It's all a blur. We hadn't really been to cons or talked to our fans or something. I wanted to do something to reach out to them and get comics out there. And it seemed at the time like the best way to do that would be a web comic.
Oh yeah, we did that.
We did.
Yeah.
And needs water. And so then, I remember telling Rick about it. I'm riding my bike. We have meetings on Sunday, and I wanted to be funny. I wasn't going to make it home in time because we'd have video chats. And anyway, I was riding my bike, and I was like, dude, I want to do a web comic. Let's, talk about how we could do that. And it was great because I pointed the phone at the people I was riding past, and he's yelling, get out of the way. And
amazing.
But so that's how that began. And then it was like, okay, just totally new series. All right. Because he'd been doing Human Cannonball for 10, 12 years. I've been doing Bone Boy since 97. I came up with that character. This particular series I started in 2009. I revamped it a little bit. Anyway, where was I? So yeah, I thought about all the possibilities, and I looked did very little research. I'm such a lazy researcher, but it seemed like all the things we would normally do, it seemed like everybody was kind of doing up the wazoo. Like everything was a paranormal investigator with an H.P. Lovecraft tie-in, and nothing against those things. They're just guys. H.P. Lovecraft is about there on the been done there, but we love him. Except for, I don't know, he had some weird issues. But read Alan Moore's Providence, and then be done with it. But so anyway, and then I remember that Mustard Brothers comic because he was really excited about it, and he was surprised I didn't share his excitement. And also just tangentially, he did this whole huge book of all these short stories that were just all totally different and just crazy, and it was kind of scaring me just how quickly he was like. I lived with this man, and it was frightening at times, but I returned the favor tenfold.
Oh yeah.
The hell was I? And then I thought about my love for comic strips, and I thought about the Mustard Brothers and what did they do, and then I really liked the movie The Sting, the Robert Redford, Paul Newman 70s movie about con artists. So that just entered my brain. And the first sequence opened up. I'm like, oh my God, they're con artists. And then Jerry popped in my head and said, hey, how's it going? I'm Jerry. And that was it. I haven't given his dialogue like a second thought since that moment. I knew who he was. And Rick helped me quite a bit with the development because we did you tell him about the back and forth co-writing thing? That was interesting. It was like choose your own adventure with a buddy, and we would always try to mess each other up, and then that was all done, and then I did all the pencils and figured out how to lay it out because we did it like we normally do, and it was really fascinating to me because all these mechanical rules to comics came kind of to my attention how different it is between books and strips.
Yes,
but that's another story. But, it was a very long process, and Rick did a beautiful job eventually, and I edited up his butt, and I drove myself nuts, and it almost ruined our friendship. We had one part in a meeting where I pulled out my notebook, turned to a page, and began to read. It started, I love you and I don't want this to end. That's how bad. Because we're doing this in a vacuum, no audience, no idea if anybody's going to like it or not. And we got through it, and then we were done with it. And I quit doing comics for like a year and a half. And I did these stupid tree drawings, these trees for like there's a trees drawing. So it's very easy, up and down, keeping the hands busy stuff. And then we started the second one, and I'm like, what are we doing? We're going to kill each other. I had this vision in my head. I haven't seen Thelma and Louise in a while, but which one is in the passenger seat at the climactic?
Oh,
Louise?
Gina Davis? Which
just the character. Like I felt like I thought we were gonna end like Thelma and Louise, except Louise is screaming, "Oh God, no! What are you doing? No! 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 No!"
I didn't get in a car with him for a while.
Yeah.
Oh. Probably didn't wear bitchin' vintage outfits either, because they had some good outfits on.
But then I can't believe how freaking sweet it turned out. And that convention was coming up, and I work at a print shop in Lansing, and I thought, gee, wouldn't it be great if we could print our because we usually go through Greco. It does a fantastic job, but my shop and the people I work with were able to meet the price and kind of tweak a little bit, and like my boss did the binding for free.
Cool.
He's going to show me how to do it next time. Also, by the way, I'm the delivery driver for the printing company, so that's how I get our books in stores with my boss's gas card and get paid. Yeah,
watching.
Nice.
But, and then I read it and I was like, oh my God, how did this happen? This isn't bad. And then we went to that convention, and I got an eye of the competition, and like some of it's really good. So a lot of it was just like, we're amazing. Why did we think we were bad? Why did we? Because we had no fans. Why did we think? And our friends that I mentioned earlier have very discerning taste and stuff. And I have my glasses off, so I can't see a damn word.
Fine. There's just a lot of people asking a lot of questions. So
okay, we got
So
I'll try to wrap it
first
up,
of all,
but, it's all
resident bed warmer wanted to know, where did celery idea come from? The latest issue. Where do you all get your ideas from? Was a question.
The web comic.
Yes,
where did
the web
celery
comic.
idea come from? The latest.
Hang on a second. Let me pull that up
there you
real
go.
quick. I want to make sure we can see what thou art seeing.
So,
yeah. Okay.
Oh shoot! You got to read the one right before. You got to go to number 9. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, no. Basically, oh my God. Well, I had to get into the plot, which is like, why did
a magical gnome made the celery?
Yes, there you go. Made a giant celery.
He made a deal, devil's bargain. Check out we have a Mustard Brothers Facebook page, and you can go through the thread and check out solve your mystery there. There's something ain't right with this particular celery. It turns people into something.
Is that
we're finding out? Yeah.
Gotta read it to find out. So
that's true.
get on the tables.
What would your definition? Sorry, I hope I did not reading over here. What would your definition of success be in this industry?
In this industry,
yes,
money.
I saw a question about the babes or the money. I'm like, man, both.
The blow.
This one right here.
The blue.
I like that. Yeah, all the babes.
We want to make a living doing it. Yeah, we have learned to tweak our definition of success as far down as we can to where I made it just like the ability to work on our stuff is successful. In this industry, it's like good evening. In this industry, it's so hard. It's so hard to say, and like I like success is the definitions of success do not parallel mine. I would like to make a comfortable living. If our books were movies, that'd be cool. I'd like them done independently, and we'd like to I always say I'm not a purist, but I'm actually a purist.
If I may, when you say the industry, I mean, as far as my personal opinion is, it's like the industry is Marvel and DC. That's the industry, and we're kind of down here, and there seems to be a lot of indie people who seem to think that there's an industry, and it's like, no, just do your own thing. Don't worry about the industry. Worry about your creative friends. Worry about your creative work. Don't worry about the industry, quote unquote, because it's not worth it.
And then there's mainstream and independent industry that they're having some successful indie guys,
right.
Playing.
I feel like that's still
that'd be what I'm shooting for is on that level, but actually with our name on it, like
exactly,
top to bottom.
What do you think about AI invading both art and writing? Will
does not compute. Delete.
That sums it up right there.
Delete. Human does not. Yeah,
that literally sums it up.
That's cool. Great. We'll see. No, it's scary. It is scary. Yeah. And I'm anti. It took me I don't know how long before I finally admitted to myself that okay, computers can be used to make art. And so now here we are with computers. Yeah. I say humans, time to beat them at their own game and up the ante. And the biggest up the ante thing, and I'm throwing shade, but you got to work on your writing. Like there's so much bad writing out there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. If you don't have a good story, you just have a portfolio with some distracting words. Mic drop. I found this book that might help you, but was I answering a question a minute ago? Do you see this series being long term, or great question. We're winging it. When I originally came up with the idea, I had this vision in my head for like the 500-page coffee pretentious coffee volume.
Ooh. The oversized one that doesn't fit on any desks. It's so
here you go.
Love it. We're winging it, man. We're playing it by ear so far. Like here's I have another cool story. When we were all bogged down and everything last year, and I was doing my damn trees and stuff, and we did the second strip. I started at just like I don't know, I can't explain what happened, but all of a sudden it was really fun again. I this one we're working on has been the most fun. Yeah. We figured out how to collaborate and what we were doing wrong, and we carried that over to our business. And I'm willing to do it as long as we can. I have so much fun working on this, and and thinking about what crazy I love it. I love the format. I love working with Rick. I love Derry is my buddy, and Jerry is just woo. I don't know, man.
It's like all of your worst characteristics.
Yeah. I normally don't write villains and stuff, but writing somebody as despicable as I possibly could is just cathartic and great. And
it's still funny.
Yeah. And it's like you always know where he's coming from, Like it's the thing about a lot of scoundrels. They have a point.
But I think that's the thing with this kind of a format is there really is no end because the way that it's formatted, the way it goes on, the story can just keep going on and on and on. That's what's awesome because it's like the old time.
Yeah, it even says here live the Mustard Brothers in there, so like they could have died already, and we,
it's an afterlife.
Yeah,
I didn't know I was in your book.
What's that?
Didn't know
Oh,
I was
the
gonna
turd.
go-
Oh, there you go.
Little turd, yeah.
Sure.
Ah, that little punk.
Oh yeah.
He's no good.
You
He's
had
no
to
good.
include
Yeah.
the disaffected youth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be me. I am.
Yeah.
shit, so.
Yeah, I was a really awkward teenager until I was about 45.
Yeah, the gnome come
Just a
from?
few days ago.
Honestly, I have no idea where this
Thank you.
gnome came from. I love gardening. I was like, I want to put some gardening in this new one, and
The organic industry, like
yes,
like every comic is going to have some kind of con job or whatever, and that may or may not be a big part of the plot. And
Yes.
we're still not quite sure on this one. So it was like we want to have something that's like Jerry is up to some convention, and then there's something else happening, and then just causing a train wreck.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, because pretty much, and then the idea that the gnome would kind of like get into his brain like a parasite or something. I don't know. It was wild.
Immortal. In a way, yeah, sure, yeah.
Hell yeah!
I like it.
Outlaws. I love it.
Outlaws.
We're part anarchists, but got to pay the bills.
Oh,
and,
this might have been a question earlier, but
You know-
chat keeps doing
Yeah.
the thingy again. So,
oh no,
do you know Ed Piskor?
I know him.
You know
Yeah.
him? Yeah, he was saying your work kind of looked, I guess, reminded you a little bit of his work, a tiny bit.
oh great.
Oh really? Oh yeah. I liked. I haven't seen Red Room yet. Because it's. I heard it's pretty amazing. I mean, you're
It's good. The artwork is great.
No, you're right.
Yeah, Red Room is great. But my favorite was he did The Beats with.
Ooh.
with Harvey
yeah.
Pekar. He actually outlined some of the big three, I guess you could say. Jack
the
Kerouac
Trinity.
and
William Burroughs.
and Ginsberg, and so he's in that particular book, Ed Piskor, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, Piskor. But he did kind of he did phone it in a little bit, I thought, on that one. Sorry, I hate to say it, but like the rest of it, hip hop.
The hip hop.
What is it? Hip hop
Diary or journal.
Anyway, the one about hip hop is like, that's amazing. Like his artwork is fucking rad, man. It's like, so yeah. I just kind of felt like
I would say we draw inspiration from him.
Not directly.
Well, I mean inspiration, yes, but we don't try to draw like him.
Right.
I mean, yeah. I say we're original. There's definitely we definitely emulate. We're generations of shoulders of giants by now.
There you go. Hip hop family tree.
Yes.
Oh, sweet. Thank you.
It's amazing.
Thank you. Love it. Yeah, it was great.
The art of that was fantastic. I remember when that came out. It was just cool because it was like, it's just the way that was drawn.
Right. And I mean, because I, grew up under a rock. So I didn't that much about hip hop, but then like reading about all these guys, and these guys weren't just trying to make a buck. They were revolutionaries, that were starting out, and they were in their communities, and they were trying to change things, organize, and that for me was
help each other out and cooperate.
Exactly.
When enough artists cooperate, that's how movements happen, and that's something that's not happening enough. I think. When's the last time a new kind of music came out?
Right.
Or I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah.
We got a lot of bigger old man stuff to say. I mean, I not that there's just a whole new genre, like hip hop was 80s and disco 70s, punk and
new metal.
Images. Machine.
Yes. Cryptid scripter for life.
I can quit if I want to. We're quoting something.
Oh, you're quoting. Oh. See, that's the problem. I lose out on these quotes, and I can't be involved with the quote.
It's our secret language. Yeah. So that's what nerds do. What kind of comics do you like, Katie?
You guys nerds?
I like everything. I started out in the 80s collecting stuff. My favorite comic book of all time is Marvel Team Up Spider-Man and Howard the Duck.
Oh, sweet.
And I pulled that out of a bin from Comics Oasis, Big Ben's Comics Oasis, when I was a kid. So, yeah.
Is that place still there?
It is. It's we moved to a different location, but it's with Allen Park Theater used to be still in that little section.
Oh yeah.
And they actually just opened a new one, but it's up more towards you guys. They added a second location. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
if you want me to shoot you a list of all the comic stores around here, I'll shoot you a good one.
Oh yes, by all means.
We just hired a marketing whiz and web designer like this week, and he's gonna probably help with some of the stores. I finally overcame my fear of talking to the stores, but that was some doing. It's tough because like cold sales and okay. A store in Chicago, and our books are on the shelf, and nobody has heard of us or seen us. The easiest thing to do is ignore something. So, like, we're up here, and like, I'll email or call every 6-7 months or so. Any books still? And they'll be like, "Well, they sold one human cannon thingy, and do you want a check or a store credit?" But that's all gonna change. We're
credit
pushing. We
got gotta get the store credit.
9 back issues, right? 9 back issues to get out there, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. So yeah, that'd be great. That'd be really helpful.
Yes. Okay, yeah. I go to a lot of them. There's some that really push the local creators, and that some that are like, nope, we're not.
Right. Yeah.
So I'll give you a good list of all of those.
Yeah, we're definitely looking.
Especially the ones that are pro weird book.
What, huh?
Especially the ones that are pro the weird books. Let me tell you.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's the thing. Here's another thing I've noticed from people that have seen the Mustard Brothers. It appeals to people that don't normally read comics. I've heard that a lot.
Yes.
They're like, I don't like comics. That's awesome. Jenny, the lady at my work, oh God bless Jenny. She was just like, that cracked me up. Oh my, you're a funny guy.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say it's more adult version of the funnies from the newspaper than it is a comic book, which is cool because I think everybody in their lifetime, no matter what age you were, read the funnies from the newspaper. So it's more like that. But it's also like you could pick this up and look at it and read it and actually enjoy it, even like without having to, be into comics or anything illustrated, because it's just a good time. Like this little cheesy panel right here. Look how adorable this is. Come on.
Yeah.
Let me slide me over.
I wanted Jerry to have a good
Look how
time.
adorable this is. Look at this. Summertime fun, and they're taking a picture. It's cheesing time. Got a music park ride. My guy here.
Look at that. That looks great. I love coming up with the next titles, and that was one of my favorites. Was The Great Escape Attempt, and he's just being the dumbest, like do, and they're waiting for him. Somebody asked who our favorite bands and drugs are, and I was really looking forward to that one.
I'll get back to that question. And
Sure.
We'll go back to that because that's obviously we need to talk about that for a minute.
Okay, you need
How
to
it's
give me
spelled. Okay, there we go. We're back to your favorite question again. There we go. Wait, which one is it? There we go. There's the panel. There we go. Oh, there we go. And it's focused. There we go.
This demon that we thought was going to kill Derry is actually taking him out for a good time.
I mean, that's how I'd want to go.
Yeah.
All right, bands and drugs.
Here we go. One musician we really like a lot is Tom Waits. If I had to pick an artist, not even cartoonist, artist writ large that has defined us and advised our aesthetic.
Yes, aesthetic.
Or informed our aesthetic. That would be Mr. Waits. I got Rick. I think I got Rick into him and his brother.
Hooked on it.
That's good.
Diarrhea mouth and
No. He heard. Well, he likes him, but he's like, he sounds like diarrhea. And I was like, yes.
Diarrhea, perfect.
Get through that voice. I mean, I saw him on a David Letterman rerun when I was like 10, and I was just like mind blown. Who is this guy? And then years later, picked up an album, and life was forever changed. But we like a lot. We like a lot of different stuff.
That's true. Eclectic.
Yes, I like a lot of the heavy bands. I'm in a pretty heavy band. I like the Melvins and Lightning Bolt and those types of bands. And Rick, what do you like?
Oh, geez.
I'm
gonna.
Gee, I don't know. Actual Dracula. Oh,
I'm gonna. What? Oh, you want to? Okay, you want to talk?
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it's like I'm gonna infuriate all the music nerds here. I'm like
infuriate all of us because someone's got always something to bitch about. And guess what? we might even bitch about so much we come up with an Insomniac stream later on to bitch about it even further. So
Bitch.
Wait, let me make you larger for this. You're gonna really enrage as we look at you. Go for it. Let's go.
That's right. Yeah.
Whoa.
All right. Listen up, all you music nerds. No.
Wow.
My favorite band kind of changes. I mean, I like a lot of his stuff just because he's like, hey, listen to this cool stuff. And I'm like, cool. I just like great music.
Beatles? What is this? Beatles?
Beatles?
Yeah.
Spelled Beatles.
Beetleborgs?
Yeah. I do like a lot of heavy stuff right now. I like Ghost. I mean, I know, not heavy.
Yeah.
Not heavy. But yeah, I kind of like those. Oh, you want to answer the one about the melt? Tell them about the melt.
I do, but first, I just want to say I listen to jazz constantly. I listen to Miles Davis. I'm right here. Almost 24/7, and I love drawing to jazz and Miles Davis, especially. But I'm into jazz also. Just so I got a little bit of class. It's not all. It's also
Nailed it. You're nailing it.
Good.
The Tom Waits guy. All right. So the day of the convention, the day we met you, Katie.
Yes.
We went to a random. We went to a bar that I hadn't been to in 6 or 7 years. That we used to go to all the time. Randomly go there, meet the web designer that I talked about, being the fry cook. We went from there to a kind of an ordeal at a local venue, and then I was talking to my friend who works at the record store, Flat Black and Circular in East Lansing, Michigan. We were talking about. He's like, "Yeah, I knew a convention was in town. Like all those kids are in there wanting their synth wave," and I was like, "Oh man, I just thought there'd have been some Tom Waits." And he said, "Oh yeah, 3 Tom Waits. You got it."
Nice.
So there's something. You know what I love is like how huge he is and yet not. Not a household name, but that's what I do. That's success right there. Like that equivalent for comic book people is like if you know him, you love him, and if you don't,
still influential. Even the people who are well known. You know what I mean? Like writing songs for.
Both.
My stuff is still spazzing out. So
I'm sorry.
If you guys keep typing, I just gotta wait for my streamer to catch up. It's just like it's stuck at wherever it's stuck at. Yeah. Then it goes bloop, and then I have to go scroll all the way down to figure out where you guys are at.
So I have here the penciled. Oh whoa, that's spoilers. I have here the penciled mustard broders that I penciled. And Rick pretty much just makes it look good. But I do all the damn pencils. I used to eat. For this process, I do this. I scan it in, I send it to Rick, and he does it on the
Photoshop.
On the
I'm so techie. Yes.
Yeah, I'm acquainted with this shop of photos.
I
think I color it. I got this new program called B-Tones that just rocks my ass, and it gives you those grainy dots and the old school vintage look. And I'm like, this is what I was picturing with the first one. We weren't quite do it.
I want to do an introduction because I knew you guys were going to show up for you guys. So actual Dracula here and Freaky Loowee here are the 2 mustard bros who sing the song Toast Mustard. And I already told you guys that I already bought a copy of this, guys, for both of you, and it will be in the mail next week for you guys. I had the side interiors of it for you guys. But yes, Drac and Loowee, I bought you a copy of this. So there you go. And I keep trying to find it so that I can send these guys a version of that so they can watch it. And I keep trying to figure out where it's at on your channel. So I'm trying to find it, dudes. But yeah, I knew you guys were the match, so I knew you guys were awesome. So awesome.
Well, thank you, actual Dracula. I hope to make in the fullness of time.
Some dark night.
What else?
You were showing us the thing, then we got distracted because these 2 legends decided to come in here.
Yeah, just like they own the place. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, I know, right? That'll Drac and
bread, toast, mustard. Yeah, I like it. Cool.
Yeah, that's the lyrics to their song. Yeah. You got it already. You didn't even hear the song, and I told you what they did, and you got it. You're like 2 peas in a pod. It's great. Yeah. Oh, lovely.
Yeah, Skellefishton. I got a bunch of old art here. Okay, so this is my partner. What I was working on a Bone Boy comic, and I said, Rick, I need space pirates. So he just sits
Space
there
Pirates. Oh, dope. What is
and
that? I like that guy. That's cool.
see if we could get it to focus.
There we go.
It's kind of big, but this is just out of his butt, out of his beautiful butt. I love
Out
his
of his
name.
butt.
Yeah.
You know, that looks pretty amazing for being out of his butt.
What's that?
So it looks pretty amazing for being out of his butt.
No, that's
I polish him up a little bit.
yeah.
You got to do that.
That's when I saw his ability when I met him when he was this cute little 21-year-old encyclopedia salesman. Was that what you were doing?
Something like
You
that.
were an encyclopedia salesman at
No, he just
21.
looked like it. But
Oh, he just looked like one.
it's not what he was capable of, and I noticed like not too
Still
people-
sell
not too
those?
people were nice. It was like if I'm really nice to this guy and I make buddies with this guy, I can make him draw
Yes.
all this cool stuff.
Yeah. And you know what we can also make him do is you can like just chill, then make him go and pimp it out to people so you don't have to do that.
Oh well, so actually, so what?
Bring back the money.
What happened recently too was it's all these things that had occurred to me that were right in my face the whole time, and one of them was we were kind of doing it wrong. We were kind of trying to do everything and step over each other, and I realized what are we good at? And Rick's good at computer stuff and spreadsheets and numbers and things like that, and I'm good at physical stores and talking to people. And I say I hate people, but you hear me talking. I
Who
love.
doesn't hate people?
Yeah. When they're driving, I hate them because I'm a driver, and let's normalize using the passing lane for its intended purpose, for the love of God. And a green arrow, it does not get any greener, but I digress. I hate when I do this. I was going to say something amazing.
You're talking about him being a computery dude and then you being a in-store dude.
I'm the front man. I'm the mover. He makes them. I get them out. That's our new deal. And so far it's been worked out great because we can keep really busy doing either of those things. Yes. And we have.
You have a great opportunity to do that when you go pimp out, your other job. When you're doing deliveries.
So on top of should we? Well, I should take a quick break, but okay.
If you want to take a quick break, go for it, because then I could chat up more people in the chat.
Sure.
If you want to do that, and then if Rick wants to have something to say, we can also come up with something.
It's all about the right people. You got to know who to trust and how to leverage their abilities. And
yes,
your goal. It's not easy, and who to. Yeah, we all know people that just are going to waste your time and are all talk and are never going to. I wouldn't say amount to much, but not help you in your journey.
Right. I like the people. Like is but there's a lot of like upfront enthusiasm about, hey, I'm doing this. You want to do this too? Yeah, man, let's fucking rock it. Let's do it, man. It's great. And then you're like, okay, cool. I'll get in touch with you later. You get in touch with them again, and crickets.
Yeah.
Or oh yeah, well I was thinking about doing this other thing, but hey.
Oh yeah.
It's like, come on. Mission, right?
There's crap on here too.
Yes.
We're from Lansing, Michigan. I've been telling people we're the Ariolds of comics. We built these top to bottom Lansing, Michigan, because somebody has to, I guess.
Right.
Slight embellishment because Rick lives 20 miles south now, but
so you're closer to me. Like you're at the midway point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were. I had to drive almost 5 whole minutes to get to that convention. I thought I was gonna.
5 whole minutes.
He keeps wanting to change the radio.
Dang, what a journey!
And he's like, I gotta go to the bathroom, and I'm like, we just left home. He's, I gotta go.
I gotta go.
So I gotta go to the nearest rest area, which means 127 south to Whole Road exit, circle around.
A couple of those rest areas are closed, man.
Wait, does that mean Rick gets them out in public? No, I get them out in public. I'm the mover. Rick is the cranker.
The power behind the throne.
Right. He'll do computer stuff and so on. But we have a new person who we're not sure what he's capable of, but we're very excited because it appears to be quite a bit.
Yes. I think he's on the stream right now.
Yeah.
He's in there.
It's one of these people who's in here.
He can chime in if he wants. I know he's a little, aren't we all just a little
We're all weird. It's fine.
Like our privacy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Secret partner? I don't
Yeah,
think
like
Beautiful
nobody knows who that is. It's freaking actual Dracula. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Can't wait to the fair. Might as well. Wait, I already saw that. Oh, so we're.
Yeah, no, I'm just going back and clicking stuff so I can have people's names.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna.
They're good.
I gotta go to the store and get some pineapples, so I'll be around. But this guy can fill you in on everything he hates about me.
Okay, perfect. I would say going to get pineapple at 7:49 a.m. During interview would be one of those things on his list. No.
I'm like, man, this is live stream. Don't do what you do with those pineapples here.
Yeah. Save the pineapples for later.
Oh yeah, did I hear an English accent? So we cycle through accents. Like all of a sudden, I'll be talking in a Scottish accent and then an English, and it'll just kind of morph from there. Highly culturally appropriative, I'm sure, but I don't know. It's just fun. It's fun. I love words.
Words are fun.
Messing with language is a lot of fun, and I try to do it in my comics, and I hope it kind of snuck into Mustard Brothers there too. But yeah, like puns and all of those kind of things. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? Oh yeah, well me, yeah.
That was pretty good. Because Glenn here is from the UK. Here.
Oh really? Oh, I apologize.
No, go for it. You make fun of him for it all the time. It's fine.
He's like, oh yeah, it's fine. People make fun of me all the time. It's great. I love America. Yeah.
That's a good question, CJ. Can you answer that for us?
The pineapples. No. But no, there's no story there. We just come up with random things to be like, oh yeah, I'm heading off to see a guy about a dog, that kind of thing. It's like it doesn't.
Oh my!
Don't worry about the dog. The dog is fine. He signed papers, so we're okay.
Yes. So Cap City was your first one back for a long time.
Yes.
So, that's cool because that was my first time ever going there, and I was like, you know what, screw it, I'll go. And then I ended up running into Phil because I had never met Phil before, but he's local over there, so yeah, we had a lot of fun there. So that was great.
Nice.
And I'll probably go back next year because I hear it's getting bigger every year. But I go to a lot down here. Are you guys going to go any more around the area, or what do you got planned coming up?
We are so we're planning. I don't want to say too much because not a lot of things are confirmed, but we do have this one in Ohio in Cleveland called Genghis Khan. If anybody's ever heard of it, it's awesome.
Maybe he's from Ohio.
Yeah, there you go. And Genghis Khan is in Cleveland, and it's a one-day show now, which I'm kind of like, man, you go all the way down to Cleveland for one day, but it's amazing. And I don't know if you know Durf Backdurf. He did My Friend Dahmer, Punk Rock and Trailer Parks.
I know that, but I didn't know his name.
Okay, yeah, Durf Backdurf, kind of an interesting name, but yeah, he frequents Genghis Khan. He seems like he's there every year, and he seems like a real interesting character. I wish I could, kind of hang out with him or something, but it's I think we're mostly attracted to the kind of the arty conventions instead of the conventional conventions, I guess. Yeah. Because it's kind of like you go to I'm not going to try to pick on any kind of particular. Let's just say Motor City Con.
Yeah.
For example, and like the Artist Alley is kind of pushed over into a corner, and
the end of a long basement hallway.
Yeah. I mean that's an exaggeration, but
I mean.
Yeah,
you kind of had a better spot compared to some of the other guys that I was unfortunate enough that I ran into.
Yeah, I had no complaints about that particular. They used to have it at the Breslin Center. The first time they had it down on the basketball court, and that was kind of I had problems. Then they had it on the outer the circular tarmac thing, which was really cool. You could just walk. You knew when you'd seen everything because you were where you're sitting.
Yeah, I felt really bad for the 2 rows all the way down to like the middle that were kind of backed up against that main stage area. You could not hear anything. I felt so bad. We were trying to talk to a few of the tables and I could just not hear anybody. And I know a couple of them, they just look so defeated. And I think it was like their first time boothing. I felt so bad for them.
Oh, that's right. We do better at the indie conventions. We found some really good ones out of state, like Genghis Khan, like Space, SPACE.
Yes.
Okay.
West Alternative Comics Expo. What am I forgetting?
Yeah, there's a couple around. You guys go do anything for like free comic book day? Just to go set up somewhere and like chill?
Occasionally, yeah. We're gonna it's all gonna change. We're gonna do a Halloween party comics event at our local store that's been carrying us all along.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah. We're all excited. I did one comics party by myself, and I think Rick was we need to do more. It's like a new day at Blind Alley. We've been I don't know what we've been, but
okay. Because you're just kind of going gung ho right now, so you're trying to figure out which ones are the good ones to go to and all that kind of fun stuff.
Another thing with after the pandemic that we had a lot of difficulty with was just navigating the Kafka-esque system of finding a convention and signing up for it in the window you were supposed to.
Weird.
Yeah.
And asking people who are in charge of it, like, okay, when do I sign up? And not hearing anything, and then
that's a weird thing, yeah.
And then like all our friends are at the Grand Rapids Con. I'm like, oh, okay, well, cool. So thanks for telling us.
I like that Toronto Comic Arts Festival.
Okay,
man. Yeah, we could.
They don't. I'm not allowed in Canada right now, but as soon as that gets cleared up, we'll be trucking on over to Toronto. No, I've always wanted to be in Toronto, and Scott Pilgrim just really nailed that for us.
Toronto is really awesome. It really is. It's pretty awesome. It's
good comics town and stuff.
They actually from here they opened up that bus thing, so they do a really cheap bus line from here to Toronto. That's pretty cheap now. So
cool.
I think it's like, what is it, like the super bus or something? It's not even that expensive.
Megabus.
So that's cool. The Megabus. Is it Megabus? Yeah. I want to look into that more, but yes.
Those look nice.
They do look nice, yes. Now wants to know how you got kicked out of Canada.
Yeah.
What did you do? Good question.
It was the pineapples.
I'm building
more about your Canadian exile.
Tell us more about your Canadian exile. That's well, it had on the one hand you got crates of turkeys. On the other hand, you got a guy somewhere in this underground bunker with no, I haven't been to Canada since 2006, but it was a great time, and I seriously love how they drive. I did shit that would have just gotten me killed here, and they just waved at me. I'm like, oh, you're just
driving an extremely good time if you're not allowed back there. Just say it.
Yeah, and where there's no billboards, so you could actually see the scenery and everything.
That sounds
great. Yeah. I was like,
I've never been to Canada.
Never been.
It's a good time. It's a good time.
Born in Belgium, never been to Canada.
Yeah.
But
get your enhanced license. You don't have to mess with passport crap. So you just cross
good idea.
Easy, so much easier.
I went through that right before they changed that, so I was okay. And I had a close call having to go get my birth certificate.
Oh no!
And I was like the day we're leaving. I went to best friend's wedding in upstate New York. But not spent a whole lot of time in Canada. I did go to Northern Ontario a couple of times. I was on Lake Superior. We're getting way off topic, but
it's fine. We're getting
the Canadians, how they mastered our language so well and managed to fuse into our society, even sometimes contribute. Like that BL.
This is live, Joe.
Well,
pineapple on pizza.
What did I say? Learn from mistake. I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. I've delivered all kinds of stuff in my time. The worst was a pizza that had garbanzo. What's that stupid?
Garbanzo beans?
No. Chickpeas? It's a cheese with a dumb.
Gouda?
No.
Gorgonzola?
Gorgonzano? Is that a cheese?
Yeah, Gorgonzano. Yeah.
This dude got a Gorgonzano pizza with pears.
Oh.
Pear slices upon it.
Okay.
Rick would try it. This is the man
sure.
I've been partners with for 9 to 14. So, okay. Can I divert this entire thing real quick? Because there's something I want to talk about.
Please.
It has everything to do with how Rick and I work together and what our plans are.
Yes, go for it. Let me get rid of
another story. Thank you, Katie.
Oh,
we'll get to your.
Feel free to derelict and direct your questioning as you will. Go.
Oh, sure. For now, I'm just going to tell this story. I have a really good friend. I say really good friend. I've never been in this man's house or anything. I've just known him for some years. I moved to Lansing about 14 years ago, and he was always at. I like going to shows. I like going to punk shows and seeing new bands and stuff. And he was always there. And he's an older guy, white beard and white hair, and you can draw whatever. Looks like whatever things. Actually, I have a picture of him. But so
lovely.
Trying to speed this up. He always supported my band, and pretty much when it was like same with our comics. When I can count the number, I know all the fans. And like it's been really hard for us to get shows, but he would always be there, and played with his band a couple of times. We had a great time. And just recently he lost his job in April at MSU. He's 74 now, lost his job. I'm like, oh, that's rough. And then I'd followed his Facebook post, and he's had this medical ordeal. He was diagnosed with some kind of lymphatic cancer. They did one procedure, came back. They did another procedure that involved I won't go too into it. I don't want to get my facts wrong, but he had a real ordeal and still is having one. And I'm like, I want to, what can I do to help? And I couldn't think of anything. And well, I'm sorry. One second.
You're fine. It's okay.
And then I was starting to I just got this idea. I was like, well, I want to have a benefit thing, but I've never done anything like this. I know people who have, and I've lived in Lansing as long as I have, and I knew who to talk to. I knew what my resources were, and who to avoid at all costs. And so I got started, and we managed. Like, I'm surrounded by flaky people that don't always get back to you when you really need them to, and we managed to throw this show together in 2 days with like 5 bands. We're doing a benefit concert July 30th. My band is going to kill it. I'm predicting a Hendrix at Monterey moment. And Rick, our buddy Rick, did. Oh no! Please work.
Wait, hold on. Let me make it larger.
Yeah,
there you go.
It's on our page. It's all over my page.
So over your page. Oh wait, so this event hasn't happened yet. So are you still taking donations for this?
Yes, it's a GoFundMe. There's the link on. I don't have that right in front of me. I
can send you all the information.
Yeah.
Send me the information and I'll post it down below, because there might be a couple people in chat that might want to go to the event if it's not sold out.
Oh, please. Yeah, please do. It won't be sold out. We'll see. We're going to, if we have to, just get them all lined up, and we might do another one. And I decided I'm not going to give up on this until John is perfectly healthy and has his own island.
Oh, that's awesome.
As he supported me.
Amazing.
Yeah. That'd be great if you could make it. Good news. He was never much on Facebook, and he was kind of radio silent for a while, so we didn't know what was going on. And he's okay. And my friend saw him at the hardware store today. You can't even tell he had this incredible surgery he had. So he's doing a lot better than I thought, and he's even going to be at the event. And I scheduled it without even talking to him, because I was like, I don't need his permission.
Right.
And the reason I brought this in here was like, this dude did this in 2 days because I knew he could. And I've been bringing this to stores and saying, this is what Blind Alley Comics does for your community. When it really matters, when somebody would care about. Which, like, it's too bad for all those people that don't care about us, because we really take care of our friends. And please do what you can. I didn't mean to bitch about my team. Oh, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Do what you can, please. I know it's like My bank account is negative $20 right now, and my phone. I've done all this organizing without a phone. I've driven all over the place and just winging it.
The link up here is the link to the GoFundMe, and then this one here is the link to the event, which is the link that's linked to that poster that he just showed up. So that's the link to the live that's going to be happening. But this is the link to the GoFundMe.
Sweet.
So you guys can go and check all that stuff out.
Thank you.
That'd be great. I will link both of those down below in the description when we're done too. Hey, Sicko.
I can't thank you enough. I really can't.
Oh, you're so welcome.
My band rules. People don't know what they're in for. I wear a gas mask that goes through a digital delay effects pedal so I can tweak the.
Whoa.
It's really loud.
Wow. What? That sounds amazing.
Thank you. I play it. It's called Noise Ghost, and I play really quite good. I've gotten good over the 30 years I played with my bandmate. I call him Decrepticon. And it's not Rick. A lot of people think they're the same person, but we're gonna kill it. It's gonna be so much fun. And because John,
that's awesome. That sounds great.
And all these people haven't heard us in a really long time, and we got really, sick good. Like we could probably, it's about to just come up.
You're totally gonna wail, is what
because
you're saying.
We got motivated because of this, and I was like, I want to do a really good show for Wolf, and again, I know where my resources are, so I borrowed my friend's Jagmaster that sounds like a motorcycle or engine or something. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So I hope you can make it. It'll be a good time.
That sounds awesome.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's also all these talented local performers too that are also going to be there. And
oh, perfect. That's great.
Yeah.
So I do hope that people stop by. So that's great. If I can't make it, because I'm like an hour away or whatever, but I do know that there's some people that are in the area that would probably stop by. So
no, I get it.
Spread the love. If not, spread it anyway so that people can share it. So hopefully people.
You bet.
Please do that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Most of the bands are on the prettier side or more melodious acoustic sets and stuff like that. It's not all going to be. I'm going to kind of stand out a little bit, but it's what John wanted. And and there's going to be an article about it in the Lansing City Pulse this week.
Oh, cool! Perfect. Go pick that up or go look at that.
Yeah, thank you. And wow, thanks.
Energy drink is just hitting me. Take it.
I'll be right back.
Okay, take your time.
I'm sorry.
Hope your pineapple is doing well.
It's in my it's stuck.
Okay, yeah, that's what the struggle is about. Yes.
Yes. Not anymore.
Oh.
Clean up on aisle 7.
Oh. Extra paper towels.
Something.
I want something.
What? Yeah.
Gosh.
Well, maybe it's up to her. Katie can ask us.
Oh yeah. Let's see some more questions. I like the meaty.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, come up with your meaty questions. And he thinks Gorgonzola fought Godzilla once.
Yeah, I like it.
Sure.
I like it. Yeah, he was. Yes. It was a rough match.
It might have been a little cheesy.
Yeah,
it was like Saganaki. He blows the fire.
Yeah.
That's no Buddha. What? Oh yeah.
Perfect. It's kind of frozen again, so let's wait and then it'll go bloop, 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 bloop. I know Rude's not here, so I'm going to ask the infamous question from Rude.
I forgot to talk about drugs, but go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, do your drug question first, then we can get back to my Rude question. How about that? Drugs.
Everything I've done since March was brought to you by Adderall. I got ADD drugs and it made me figure it out and work for me. And I recommend it. See a doctor and talk about what's going on. And not everybody's the same, but it's, managed to turn my life around. And I would say to anybody struggling or just being bored or not even suicidal, but just I was there 2 months ago. Yeah. And I love my girlfriend and my cats, and Rick's okay sometimes. There's nothing to look forward to, and there hadn't been for so long. And then all of a sudden, everything to look forward to. Yeah. And I'm so happy I'm alive. And I keep remembering all those times I thought of making that not happen.
Yeah.
And how stupid that would have been. So we can stop being heavy. What was your first comic that you read, Rick? What was that like?
That was Chris Ware's Oh Lord, it was called like the
Jimmy Corrigan.
No, it was okay. We'll go with Jimmy Corrigan because the other one, it was the big one, and I can't remember. It had like this cool It was not really a dust jacket. It was just like a strip around the outside of it. But I can't remember what it was called. It was called like not the Imagineering. Anyway, Jimmy Corrigan. We'll go with that. But Chris Ware, if you ever know anything about him, he's a Chicago comic book creator, and what he does is these he's a draftsman originally by trade, and his father was a draftsman. He does these extremely exquisite comics using like very very round shapes and very technical drawing in order
almost
to create
looks like an instruction manual.
it looks like an instruction manual almost, but the stories are like super heavy and super depressing, and they're about like people who like never got off the ground and kind of thing. Not to make it heavy, but but it's so like Jimmy Corrigan, for instance, is this imaginative little kid who his father leaves him, and basically his whole life was kind of like screwed up because he never knew who his father was, and so he's like turns into a timid middle-aged man. He literally like dresses the same as an adult as he did as a kid. It's so it's very a lot of real deep kind of like psychological stuff going on.
How old were you when you read this?
14, no. probably about 16, I think, because I used to go to the library. We had a great library in Howell, and I started getting into the graphic novels and stuff. But that was my first real comic book experience. And then after that, I got into Mike Mignola, Hellboy.
Yeah.
Mobius. Yeah, is great. The French cartoonist.
Mobius is amazing. His art style is fantastic.
Yes. Oh my god, amazing!
How can it be that good?
I know it's crazy. And got into Jodorowsky from Mobius, and if you ever get a chance, there's this movie that is kind of hard to find, but it's called Jodorowsky's Dune.
Yes, that's fantastic. That's an amazing movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I
actually
that
for you, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
He went to Akron, Ohio to see it twice?
It was Dayton, but I mean
that's hilarious.
Everybody in the city right now is like, I'm gonna kill him. Which was Devo from? Was that Akron? I think it was Akron.
There's a couple people in the chat from Ohio that are
Phil, yes. Where did you last see your keys? One time, this is a metaphor for you. I got home at night. I thought I was locked out of my house. And I sat on my porch. How do I get into my house? And then I remembered I last saw my keys on the hook inside the house, and I opened the door, and that's just like, I don't know how many times it's been like that. It's like the solutions. I still have an unopened Chris Ware. Oh, nice.
Building a story. That's amazing. I wish I could get it, but it's like $130 or something.
Maybe someday.
Yeah, maybe someday.
The next edition.
Yes.
All that just reminds me. All the money we make goes to printing more comics. And
yes,
I'm gonna try and see if my print shop can do it, because then we could get thousands of them. Excuse me, sorry, but that's gonna be a process. Have you met any celebrities? We're talking to one.
Yes.
Are you kidding?
Heard herself, bros.
What else? Are there any others?
I don't.
Do they mean cartoon in the comics industry celebrities, or just general?
In general, you might have walking down the street and ran into.
I used to be a cab driver, and they actually come to Lansing sometimes. I drove Buck Cherry to the Meridian Mall. So there you go. I met, the ones we all meet at cons. I met those guys. Well, no, I didn't. I almost bumped into what's that? Adam West.
Oh.
And I was like, "Look where you're going." And he said, "Excuse me." And I said, "Yeah, you, buddy, one side." I'm Adam West. I'm like, "I don't care if you're Batman, pal. I got to get through here."
It was pretty bad. He got beaten.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bird Turgerson herself.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Sergio Aragonés.
Yeah.
That would have been fun.
No, he's my idol, and I was able to give him some of my old comics. I met another idol of mine from my childhood, Don Rosa, that doesn't.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he changed everything for me when I saw all the detail and stuff you could put in to all the little jokes in the background, which I later saw in Mad Magazine. But I was finally able to see him, and I was able to tell him, Mr. Rosa, I was in a comic class near my town I live. Reset. We took a tour. Okay. The near Michigan State University has reputedly the largest comic book collection available to the public on the planet. So it's said, and we've been there a couple of times. And it's really neat. And they used to take us in there, and it's just like in a James Bond movie or a spy movie, like the sliding. It's not like you see a bunch of racks of comics, but you're there, and your every hair on your arm is straight up. And so I was telling Don about this, and he's like, I don't think it's the biggest collection. Are you sure about that? And I'm like, wait, there's maybe we'll look into it later. I got to say, I've been waiting since 1986 to tell you this, but well, that's not true. So yeah, but the cool thing is you can check out any comic ever printed ever, and you can't take it. The Razor, the robot Dobermans,
right? Yeah,
but you can read Incredible Hulk #1 at Michigan State at the library, and the guy that cultivates it is really sweet. He comes to the MSU forum that our friend Ryan Clater has every year, and he would well, not lately, but he would come up to our comics, and this guy sees every comic printed across the planet, and he's like, let's see, I don't have this one yet.
How
yeah, but getting back to something. So Don Rosa, yeah. So I told him. So we were on a field trip, and we had time to look up whatever comic we wanted to, and so Don, I could look up any comic, and I picked Uncle Scrooge Adventures #6, Last Sled to Dawson, because I didn't read it when it came out, when it was coming up. And he said, well, how'd you like it? And I was like, not your best.
It's amazing.
But still good. Still the best comic in the whole thing. But, it's weird. My thing is, I don't know what this has to do with my mental makeup. I'll get obsessed with certain artists or writers, and I follow nothing but until the bitter end. Like Alan Moore was a big one. I couldn't read anything else. I'm just like, you're not even trying. It finally got used to Neil Gaiman, and and now I'm a big fan. But what comic writers do you like, Katie?
I'll find some artists or writers, and like those are like my main two guys that I find. But I kind of just hop around from the writing. Like I'm not really super huge on like a writer, more so the artist. So I'm more art driven than I am like the writers. But like for novels, like my favorites are like Terry Pratchett.
Oh my God! Sorry, me too.
Terry Pratchett. I loved Anne McCaffrey.
We made a friend. Yeah.
Yes. The entire Dragon Lance series. So those were my go-tos. That was my stuff growing up. Those are my authors.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, my thing with Anne McCaffrey when I was reading her was all the footnotes with the words, and I'm like, why can't you just say, what's a Glock? No, oh, it's a spiked axe. Why can't you just say spiked?
Yeah. Some of them have come up with their own language. You're like, I don't know how to pronounce this. You kind of like come up with it like in your head, like how it's pronounced. Then you like watch the movie and you're like, what in the hell is that? And you're like, that's like that's not what that is. Yeah, no.
But yeah, you said the magic words. We're friends for life now. I love Terry Pratchett. One of Bone Boys is dedicated to him, because I try to dedicate each issue of Bone Boy to somebody that is no more. And
I love Discworld, and one of my two of my favorite games ever, the Discworld PlayStation games, which are super hard to find, by the way.
Yeah,
they're amazing. They're great.
Eric Idle was Rincewind. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, Rincewind. Yes, that was the guy from Monty Python. Yeah.
Can you write someone's voice to the? Wait, what? Oh,
yeah. So That's what we would do on my channel. I would get weird, stupid bundles, and then instead of reading the things, I would make up stories based on the art and how I would read it. So yeah,
that brought back a really early memory of mine of we were staying at somebody's house and like my mom's friends and the man of the house was reading to the little the dad was reading to the girl and he was reading this Chipmunks comic book and I was hearing what he was saying and then I was maybe 5 or something and I picked it up like the next whenever and read it and he was not reading the comic, he was making it up during the day or during insomniac hours. I am all over this question comic journey. For Joe Haines is a born night owl. Usually think about going to bed when the sun starts poking up. Things changed about a year ago. This has happened before for Joe Haines where he has to work in the morning at like 8 or 9 or something when he'd usually start thinking about going to bed. You get used to it. But I work best at night. I work best by myself. I don't go to those 24-hour comic things because I can't draw when there's people around.
I'm exactly the opposite because I get up in the morning, I turn on my computer, start typing. I'm literally downstairs with the TV on doing some stupid Jerry Springer thing, and my mother-in-law is sitting there yelling at the TV, and here comes Mandy, my wife, downstairs, and then Joe shows up.
You somehow managed to get me to do a stream at 10 o'clock in the morning, and how I managed to pull that off, I don't know, because I am not a morning person. Let me tell you.
A morning person is not a person, people. Or no.
It is not a person. No.
Okay, my original quote that I was trying to quote was a people person is not a person, people, which is much funnier. But so I had to adapt. I finally I figured out a way to get to work. I kind of got to force myself to do it the second I get home from work, and because I just find time. And just recently, I found a place where I can. Our new base of operations, and I can be by myself and listen to my Miles Davis and just crank them out.
Secret lair is safe with us. It's fine.
Yeah,
I'm gonna disclose the location.
It's not in Canada.
Well, yeah, or it could be. You don't know. You might just be, fooling us. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha.
We're in an apartment building, actually.
I know we might. I think we might have accidentally recruited you guys to our insomniac.
Hit me up on weekends, yo.
Yes.
I'm usually up at I wake up about 8 times to urinate or some such.
Urinate? What? Okay.
Yes. Yeah. With my wee.
Yes. Perfect.
What?
Okay. Video games.
I'm getting tired.
Video games.
Oh, me too. I've been asleep mentally for a while now. Video games. Does that mean you play them? Does that mean you want to burn them? Does that mean you're kicking them? Does that mean you're making pineapple pizza with them? I don't know. Could be any of them. Please.
Video games. Owls.
Are you feeding them to owls?
Sausage links.
Sausage links.
I thought we were talking non sequiturs.
Lemon.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So video games. Yes. My personal favorite I just played was Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Actually, funny story. I had my former coworker at where I work. He gave me. He's like, hey, you want to try the Switch with this game, and it's a cool game, and you can meld things together. And I was like, oh, that's awesome, and this was literally last month, and so I'm on the shop floor, and I'm just like, I don't want to keep running off to play this game while my machine is running, so I just put it in put something over it. I just would sit there playing it, and literally my boss looks over and sees me, and he sends my team lead over there. And this guy, he's like a big tall dude with a big bushy beard. And he's like, walks up to me like this, and I'm like, you got me. And he's like, that is like a whole new level of not caring like that. I got written up.
Oh shit!
Get sent out in the hall because that play. If anybody been in manufacturing before, it's kind of at school, and they pay you, but it's not. It's almost not kind of worth it. I really want to quit my day job and just do comics, like literally. But anyway,
yeah. If we could do comics and just play video games all day, I'm down with that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I was absolutely obsessed with Plants vs. Zombies 2. Holy crap.
Yes.
That was a good one. That was a good one. We actually have half the chat. We're in a very competitive Mario Kart group.
Mario Kart. Forget about it. You're dead.
We literally are in a Mario Kart group called Fellowship of the Sea Rings. So
oh, I like it. You guys are cool. See, this is the thing. You go to Lansing, you go to Free Comic Book Day, and there's a few people in the store. Okay, cool. I went to Green Brain on Free Comic Book Day. It was packed. Couldn't even stand in the parking lot. I had to crowd surf like in Crocodile Dundee to get into the and say, hello, Guy Davis.
Yeah, Kate and Dan do a lot of good things for indies, and they do their first of the month art thing. And it's hilarious that you mentioned that because there's actually a couple people in chat that their LCS is Green Brain, but we met on YouTube.
Okay.
How weird is that? We met on YouTube in the comic community. And one of my homies, I can't get over this. This is crazy. Lives in Nevada, and he has religiously first found the comic store for Green Brain, and it follows them religiously. And I just met him like a year ago on YouTube, and I just found out recently that is the store that he follows. Out of all the stores in the United States, that's the store he follows on YouTube is Green Brain.
Wow.
It's amazing.
I
can't get over that. I literally can't get over that. When he mentioned that, I was like, there's no way that you mean the one that I'm talking about that's literally right down the street from me. I was like, I'm like, you live in Nevada. Like, there's no way that you're looking at
it's downright it's a downright stuffy world. It's such a,
it's amazing to me.
Our friend work at a bar here in Lansing called the Green Door in the kitchen, and it's a blues bar. It's a nice place, but it's same time nothing extremely remarkable. So he moved to Florida, walks into the first bar to get a dishwashing job, and it's a mirror image of the Green Door. And he found out the guy loved the Green Door and patterned his bar after it from Michigan to Florida, and got the job. Yeah.
There's a ton of the Ford's Garage, which I don't know why, but there's a whole bunch of them down in Florida, and they were open in Florida first, and then they started to open them up here.
Oh,
but they opened the chain down in Florida, even though Ford.
Right.
It's so weird how that works. I don't know.
That's a funny old world.
Indeed.
Question.
We got it. Favorite author, non-comic.
Yes.
So Terry Pratchett. I know. You said you had the video game question. I'll admit, I'll read Stephen King cover to cover in a few days. But he's not my favorite. He's like a good standby. I like Joe Hill a lot.
Yeah,
I like Neil Gaiman, of course, and a lot of. I read my mom's collection of Agatha Christie's.
Okay.
They're one go. I thought they were great. I'm very omnivorous.
I'm happy to do that. Yeah.
I think it's important for comic writers to read actual books and read actual writers. And
for sure, yeah.
Rick agrees with me.
Yes, I'm glad I do.
And see movies and I'm reading some of the comics these kids are doing, and it's like, do you actually listen to people talk? Do you read other things? Does it sound like those things that you're reading?
I would say that's the one thing about new indie comic creators is they'll put the dialogue down, but they don't really give it personality. Or they don't really give it where it's talking back and forth. It's just the words are splatted on the book, but there's no interaction with each other.
Oh, right.
And it's just like
we thought this one comic had been stapled in the wrong order, and that the words had been fed through a word tumbler. This thing got all over the country. This is why I'm so confident now, because we not only do we right, but the words make sense and tell a story and sound like people talking to actual people. A character, listen, guys, a character is not a series of reactions. Everybody gets scared when a giant bug is chasing them. Everybody gets sad when a loved one dies. That's not the end of their development. That's another thing. You just got to have a little more depth. The best advice I can give there, since you're asking me directly, is base the characters on people you know. Of course, it says no coincidence, something. No, Jerry's made Rick's actually Edna. But no, I learned that when I was a kid, just kind of accidentally. Like the characters sound real when you're trying to think, what would so and so say here? You know, board games. I used to love Stratego. All these questions you ask me, I don't have time to do right now.
You can come back. We can come back and hang and do more stuff. Homer, yes.
I don't play video games. I don't watch movies. I don't drink coffee and draw comics.
Yeah. CJ, I go down the Greek tragedy thing all the time, and then I'll go do like the Emily Brontes and like all that stuff. I'll go in and out of my things because I don't know, like just something about each different world. Like you get a different fields, different time is a different vibe. Like it's a totally different experience.
Sure. Yeah. That's valid. Our friend Kurt, when we were talking to Rick's class, I remember the advice he gave the kids was draw your inspiration from movies and from music and not just comics, because also a lot of comics, it's like you're trying to look like other comics.
That's the thing.
Yeah, you're independent, and let's try to top the mainstream and do as independent. I mean, okay, right. I mean, I get you're not trying to top the mainstream, but it's like if you can do whatever you want.
Right. You can do whatever you want and get away with it. Why aren't you?
Right, yeah, exactly. Well, it's like, it's like, oh yeah, I like Superman, so I'm going to draw a comic called, I don't know, Wonder Man or something, and that's the kind of thing. It's like
they kind of did that.
I mean, it's kind of like the equation of superheroes too with comics, especially kind of hits the indie comics, and it kind of hamstrings them too, I think, because superheroes is a genre, and I understand it's really like intertwined with the history of comics, but at the same time, I mean, now they've jumped over to movies. And it's like, oh yeah, the Marvel Cinematic Comics universe. It's like, but where are the comics? It's all movies and tie-ins, you know what I mean? So
it is movie and tie-ins, which kind of don't really go hand in hand with the comics, because they're kind of like, it starts with it, then it goes full on nowhere near it and does its own shit. If they just stuck with the comic book, it kind of would have done better. I'm just saying.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, hello. If you did this panel to panel, this comic was a movie already. You just had to figure out how to make it.
Just had to make it, really. You just need to find actors, put them in suits, and make it. That's it, really. That's all you had to do. It was already done. I mean, clearly it was already done, already wanted to be made, because you had fan base for the last however many decades.
Sure. Right. All these outdated paragraphs. I mean, we have the tools to distribute our ideas now, and we're just not utilizing it. There's not enough cohesion, and it's time for new stuff. And the thing with superheroes, just as an aside, I like Batman, I like Spider-Man and stuff, but cool. Yeah, they're right.
They right, yeah. They had good times.
Once I was of a certain age, it was hard for me to accept that these characters were threatened. I knew they would get through it because they had superpowers and jetpacks. Like, they'll figure it out. Oh, this looks really bad, but could this be the end? And I like comics where I don't know if these guys are going to be all right.
Right.
Well, that's the cool thing about Batman. He really just had money.
Right.
He just kind of had some balls and money. And Alfred, but I mean,
like Fartist and some,
so that brings us to the question I asked before. Which Rude isn't here, but he wants to ask this on everything. What superhero would you kill? And they're dead. They're not coming back. They're dead. And how would you kill them? Yeah.
Finally, then.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're taking them out. They're gone.
I'd strap him in a chair and make Rick talk comics to him for 4 hours.
Yes, this would kill him. I would take Deadpool.
Okay.
I would put them in a blender.
What would you do to Deadpool?
I would put them through a strainer.
Oh.
And then I would dump them in a vat of acid and then in a vat of base, or I would just take like the base and put it in the acid so it like chemical reaction, it explodes, there's fire. I would reduce him down to the tiniest molecule. I would put each of those molecules in a separate tiny indestructible jar, and I would ship them all over the world to secret locations, and he's not coming back. No more Deadpool. No more crossover.
No more short cocking it. You killed it for the rest of the franchises. Wow.
Exactly. No more taquitos.
I kill crossovers.
Yes.
Crossovers.
Let's call it good on the crossovers. I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm not going to read it, whatever you do. But what's I'm Rick. Sure. Do I have to answer that one? Because Rick's answer is so beautiful.
That was so good. Like, how can you follow up after that? Jeez.
Right.
Amazing.
I wasn't listening. Was it good?
Perfect. If it wasn't good, then you just come up with your own thing. No, great. Perfect. What superhero are you killing?
I love this guy.
How are they going? How are you taking them out? Most viciously, I might add, taking them out.
That's one of those. I'm gonna come up with the answer. A couple hours. It's gonna be hilarious. I'll email you. That's how I work.
Okay. Okay.
But probably
be sure to do that, and I will tell him. I will put it back in this down below.
None of them really, because I just don't follow them that closely. None of them bug me that
none of them bug you enough that you'd want to at least punch somebody.
Yeah.
Punch them. Who are you gonna punch? Who are you gonna punch? Like really, just suck it.
Aquaman.
Yeah. You gonna punch Aquaman?
Did you see that? Not the movie version.
Of course not. Of course not. You need the one in the water, the little orange shirts. Yeah, Speedo looking. Yeah, you gotta punch him.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Of course, you're punching him. Dolphin slippers. You're punching that guy. Yeah, it was annoying. Interesting. And hello, Dion. Hello.
I would say. I'm going to answer that wrong. It's too bad Eric couldn't be here because he knows a lot of more industry stuff. We'll try to bring him on next time because I'm sure he's at home going like, talk about. But
I would think this would be a personal question, anyways. Like, what would be your height of comics for you?
For me, the 80s indie boom and like the early 90s and like right before like Ninja Turtles hit. Like I always felt like we were kind of born just a little bit too late. Like we'd have been huge if this shit was like an 83 or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Dynamite.
Half my collection is Ninja Samurai books. Animal Ninja books is nice. Half my collection of comics. Yes. Literally Samurai Squirrel. I've got all kinds of shit. Yes, that's my collection. I have weird wackadoodle stuff. My favorite book of all time, besides King Jiro, which is Godzilla going on a rampage for pizza, that I picked up at Motor City Comic Con. It was like, look at my interview with Marco Fontanelli, he's a lovely fellow. He's the one that came up with King Jiro. I picked up a book that the guy self-printed on a printer. He was selling $1 each at Motor City, and it was called A Thing in My Pants. And it had a whole spiel of them that he was selling at Motor City, and I bought it. It was my favorite thing that I bought in a long time. And I'm trying to get the guy on. He's a local. Actually, I might have this thing on here somewhere. But yeah, it was the most amazing thing, and it's fabulous, and I love it, and it's fantastic. So weird indie stuff. Go people, go find it. Yeah. You have to punch that.
I always love those gems where it's a great thing. Like it's usually almost not worth your time, but when it is, it can be really special. Chris Gooch just recently, one of the funny last name Gooch, and he does a lot of like Charles Burns kind of rip out, Black Hole kind of rip off stuff.
Okay.
And he did this one called Under Earth that was amazing about this prison underground that nobody can escape from, and nobody escapes. Spoiler alert.
Damn.
But
how it ends.
It has a really great line in it because everybody was pretty miserable. and there's hierarchy of villains that are messing with these people. And the one character, they're these two lovers, but they're about to give up. And the one says, "What do we have to live for?" And the other one says, "Revenge."
Ooh.
Like, that goes for everybody. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That sounds fascinating. I'm gonna have to look into this. This sounds great.
Chris Gooch, Under Earth. Yeah, that was a gem.
You gotta be a gooch. I'm not gonna lie.
He's from Australia, I believe.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. I keep wanting to tell my own story, but it's late.
Yeah, and we've been on for 2 hours.
I know.
Holy cow.
Yeah, holy shit. Yeah. So anybody want to just put up some final questions, and I will have you guys on anytime you want. It's been a hoot.
Oh hell yeah!
Well, thank you.
I haven't even been awake half the time, so yeah, it's been great. So
wait, whoa! I'm sorry, Katie. Was this live?
No.
Oh my god!
I know. I didn't hit the button.
I was asleep. I'm sorry. Did I miss something? Was I
You
talking?
did. You missed a lot of things.
What did I say this time?
I don't even remember.
We got these. We're real excited about Mustard Brothers, but also we have Bone Boy and we have Human Cannonball, and all the comics are good.
Got this guy and this guy.
I don't put
that guy.
Yeah, that's Emilio.
Yes,
I refuse to put something I don't like into the world. That's why I don't have kids. Thank you, Joe. 4771.
It's also why I don't have Demon Spawn.
Quality goes in before the name goes on. So I found out, Katie. Recently. I think it was an insane carnival barker in a past life, and it's just weird. I love it. I enjoy myself a little too much, even on the internet.
Yeah, that'll happen. So guys, you want to leave any final questions for the chat? Because I'm literally gonna pass out.
Oh, good night.
Yeah.
Do they or do we?
No, I'll end it in a second, but I'm asking them if they.
Oh, fine. Oh,
I'll give them a few seconds. Last call, boys. Last call. Like, oh yeah. Oh wait. Hold on. Let me make you big so you can show off your goods. There you go.
We're gonna flash some spoiler art there.
Spoiler arts. Oh shit.
That's the next wave of Bone Boy where the nightmares start fighting. Oh, that's just that's a tree.
So with this size here, are you still using 11x7 or are you using a different size when you go to print?
When we draw it?
Yeah, when you're using your Mustard Boy, because it's a weird size comic. When you're doing your panels, it's still 11x17 like the normal comic size?
No. It's what is it? It's that small one. And I turned it
9x12.
9x12.
Yeah, 9x12.
9x12? Oh, okay.
I had to I had to learn how to cram all that info in there. I have this one of those Barnes and Noble coffee table books, history of comic strips, and just looking at the old guys, Kurtzman and I always forget his name. The Finding Nemo, Nemo in Slumberland.
Windsor McKay.
But they, full figures in the tiniest little boxes and just and all that.
And they did that before. You know how you could zoom in on a digital thing? Like what the hell?
Oh,
now you can zoom into a crack on an ant. It's like it's saying it's like what, and then you just flip it back in. It's like
that's true. That's very true.
Get out of here with this shit.
Frightening.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, we got a question from Dion. Oh, what are your favorite stories to read? What are your favorite kind of stories to tell? Ooh.
Oh, thank you.
Let's see. Favorite stories to read. I'm going to say short stories, and I'm going to say horror or horror adjacent. I do kind of like crossing genres a little bit. I'm not just just one thing. But yeah, I mean, Joe Hill is great. I think of him as his own genre, really. Stephen King. You did say those. Oh yeah, Dostoevsky.
Yeah.
I mean,
nice.
Pretentious stuff.
Baby.
Yeah, hell yeah. I used to read Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, The Lost World. If you've ever read that, amazing story.
Yeah,
like
dude. Edgar Rice Burroughs is also another one. It's just
you're right.
Insanely talented, way ahead of his time.
Right.
Yeah.
Howard.
Philip Dick predicted the 21st century.
Yeah,
we're just catching up.
The kind of stories that I like to tell are also kind of I like to tell cross-genre stories. I like to tell short stories. I like kind of like the old sci-fi where it's they have kind of one angle on something, and it's kind of hard to describe, but it's basically like, okay, tell it from that one angle, don't muck around too much, keep it simple, and make your point. And I think a lot of like Twilight Zone episodes, that kind of thing used to really hammer that home.
Yeah. And it makes you wonder more about this different universe, like what are the rules here and why are they acting this way. And he did that reminded me of the Spaceman comic that you did in Tales to the Portal, that was from the perspective of a gunman on a ship. It was really intense, but kind of like a video game. It was really intense.
Right. Kind of exploring. Honestly, now more than ever, I think that story is kind of like, it's almost too intense. In a way, just because of what's happening.
Oh, it was great. It was perfect.
But yeah, so that's kind of the stuff I like to tell.
I like telling ghost stories. I think that's what he's asking.
Ghost stories. Nice.
We like good stories.
Good stories.
Good stories, spooky stories, weird stories.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
I didn't even anything really.
I like telling stories about me or crazy shit we did, or like stories about Rick and stories about people. Comics wise, like it's interesting because one of the conflicts we have sometimes is like my friend Rick here needs like a reason for everything, and there has to be a plot and stuff. And I'm like, no, just a story. And he's like, but this makes no sense. And I'm like, stories don't make sense sometimes. And it's interesting because who's right and who's wrong?
Right.
It depends what kind of story you want to tell, and it just means like he's used to one kind, and I like to goof around. Actually, I don't know what the plot to Bone Boy is. I keep hinting that there is one, but it's just willy nilly, touch and go and. Free.
Sometimes the story the art tells itself, there are no words.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. Sometimes those are super cool stories. Just saying.
Thanks for putting up with my yammering on to the extent that I have.
You're good. I don't understand. When I get super tired and I'm amped up on energy drinks, sometimes I'm the one that's like completely rambling and I don't shut up. So this is a totally new experience for me. So you're fine. Plus I'm like so dead. Like, listen, when I tell you guys that I am so tired, I am so beyond tired. This whole week, I felt like I've been underwater because of how tired I am.
No.
I've literally been wobbling and like I felt like I've been underwater the whole entire freaking time. Because of how tired I am. I am so sleep deprived right now. Like I am literally like, I feel like I'm the little freaking mermaid right now. Like I can't even. I'm so tired. Like I'm not kidding. So
tired. We can take the hint at Blind Alley Comics here. I like traveling straight. My favorite book of all time is Wind in the Willows.
Oh, nice one. That's a good book.
Also, Terry Pratchett's favorite.
Terry Pratchett. Yes, go read Terry Pratchett. If you guys have never read Terry Pratchett whatsoever, just world's amazing.
Oh, we're going through Greco and Plymouth, and they do a really good job.
Excellent.
Comics Wellspring, and they're great to work with. I can't say they're perfect. We're all of us human, but half the time it was our error. But also, but I'm looking into this ASAP printing place. I've heard such great things about. They have the sexiest delivery driver in Lansing working for them.
I wonder who that could be.
And I get tons of great supplies.
Is that where those came from?
I get to,
those make excellent chip clips.
Everything about my job, everybody that works at my job can help me figure out how to do things for the company, like mailing and layout and typeset and everything.
Crazy.
Like we're in good, and we're coming to get you. What do you guys? So exciting times. I'm so glad that this timed out like this.
Absolutely,
we're honored to be here. And if you need to go, we get it, but. We can stay and hang out and straight don't need to make
I'll have you, dude. It's like 2 hours. Yeah.
Thank you, Dion. See?
Yeah. Well, I think I'll end it now, but you guys are welcome on anytime. Come back.
Thank you.
2 hours, 10:30? Is 10:30 good?
10:30 good. Actually, no, because we have a trivia show that Drac and a couple other people are going to be on. So
I want to thank all the people that chimed in with most of the questions.
Yes.
I hope to meet you.
Some of the questions were step up your game next time, guys. Just saying.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming on and sharing your story and talking about the Muster, guys.
Go to John's GoFundMe.
Yes, go do that. I'll link it back on the bottom again with the post again. So thank you guys for coming on, and check out that post with the GoFundMe. So
forever in your debt.
Forever.
Thanks for stopping by.
All right.
Try to end this. Ah!